All right then. Right, let's get started. We will start toes tucked under, okay? So tuck the toes, sit back on the heels. If this is going to feel tight on the Achilles, then just take the weight forward ever so slightly, okay? So really be mindful of that. Use blocks if you've got blocks, just because blocks are always our friend. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall. From here, take the arms high above the head. Take an inhale, take the gaze up towards the ceiling, open through the throat. Keep control of the neck, but find that really nice opening through the throat. And then take those cactus arms, bring the arms down at a right angle, squeeze those shoulder blades together. See if you can draw the tummy in, so getting control through the core. And then take the inhale, bring the arms high, reach up towards the ceiling, take the gaze up, bring the chin up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together, bring the arms down in cactus arms. Keep control of that core so you can draw it in. Okay, let's take another one. Take the arms high, take the inhale, reach, reach and reach. Gaze comes up, chin comes up. And then find your cactus arms. Super powerful. Beautiful. Okay, take the hands down. Just tap out those toes ever so slightly. Nice and gently here. Okay, we're going to sit back onto the feet now. So the shoelace side is down. Take the hands behind you and then begin to tilt those knees. As you lift the knees, find that stretch down the front of the foot and cross the ankle. Sitting up nice and tall. See if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together to find openness through the chest. See if you can drop the chin down towards the chest to find a stretch down the neck. And now take the gaze up to neutral and then up towards the ceiling. And then down to neutral and then chin to chest. And then let's come back to neutral. Okay, slowly take those knees down. Once again, take the weight into the hands and just tap through the toes. Feels nice. Okay, right, we're going to turn the toes under and then this time lift through the knees. Okay, so again, if this is pulling on the Achilles, if it's feeling a little bit sensitive, then you can take the weight right forward to take away that intensity. If you're fine where you are, coming up nice and tall, find that core support. Also option to prop up the heels with a block if you need a little bit of support there. Okay, I'm going to take the hands high, find that balance. You've really got to draw that core in. Separate the fingers and then draw the shoulders back and down. Okay, find space. Now reach, so those shoulders will reach up towards the ears. And now draw those shoulder blades back and down. Okay, let's go again. Reach those hands up. Now roll the shoulder blades back and down. See if you can find that space. All the while trying to keep control of the balance. Taking another breath here. Okay, hands are going to come down. Bring the knees down. Take the weight into the hands. Just tap those toes out. Okay, so in yoga, we always try and start from the foundations, which are our feet. Okay, we have looked after our feet, so that's a pretty good sign. All right then, from here, let's come into a tabletop pose. We're going to take the bottom back onto the heels and walk the hands away, finding your narrow-legged child's pose. Allow the hands to walk away from you just to start off with. Sinking the bottom back onto the heels. See if you can push through the hands to get the bottom back to the heels just a little bit more comfortably. By doing that, you're going to feel this really nice stretch around the shoulders. Okay, starting to feel that stretch, the skin stretches across the spine. Now take the forehead down if it's not there already. Take the hands behind you, allow the palms to come up. And then just allow the shoulders to melt over the top of the knees. Nice calm breath, feeling supported. Okay, nice and slowly beginning to stack each vertebrae, and as you do so, beginning to come all the way back up. Fabulous. Okay, let's find our table. Hands come down to the mat, looking at those wrist creases parallel to the front of the mat. Shoulders over the wrists and then hips over the knees. We're going to extend that right leg away. Okay, as we do that, we want to push through the heel. See if you can keep both hips nice and level. All right, so we're drawing right hip down to keep in line with the left. Okay, squeeze that right butt cheek to lift through that right leg. Draw under the core, okay, we should be nice and tight here so that we can get rid of that little dip in the lower back. Left arm extends alongside the left ear. Just holding it here for a moment. I wonder if we can go for a little bit of a challenge. We're going to draw circles with the big toe and the hand, okay? So see if we've got our coordination on point. Okay, that core is going to have to work quite a lot harder. If you find that it's just a little bit too much, then stop the hand, but keep the foot going, okay? Okay, switch it up, come in the opposite direction. See how coordinated we are. Core is working hard, keep it nice and engaged, make sure you're protecting that lower back. Okay, left hand is going to come down, right knee comes down. From here, let's take that right knee out, and spin around, right knee out so that we can really open through that side. Okay, we're going to squeeze as we lift, as we take the knee down, and then squeeze to lift. Okay, we're going to go for 10. Here we go, for 1, and open, for 2, and open, for 3, open, for 4, open, for 5, open, 6, open, 7, open, 8, open, 9, open, and 10, open. Okay, bring the knees back together again. From here, we're going to take the right foot up towards the ceiling, squeeze through the glute to lift through the heel. We're going to squeeze to lift. We're going to hold it at the top. We're only going to go for 5, but we're going to make them count. Okay, here we go. Lower down, squeeze to lift and hold for 2, squeeze to lift and hold for 3, squeeze and lift to hold for 4. Last one, squeeze and lift to hold for 5. Okay, take that right knee down. We're going to find a wide-legged child's pose. So take the knees as wide as the mat and then come to sit back on the heels. Okay, from here, walk those hands out in front of you. Take a moment to spider up the palms, so that you can really push back so the bottom meets the heels. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. Walk the hands to the right hand side, sink that chest down. See if you can draw the left shoulder in line with the right. Keep the neck nice and relaxed. Maybe if you've got space for it, left hand can place on top of the right. Just a deeper stretch through that left side body. And then walk the hands back through center and then over to the left hand side. Start off by trying to keep both shoulders nice and level. Push back into the fingertips to get the bottom back onto the heels. Keep the neck relaxed. And then if you have space for it, right hand can place on top of left. Much deeper stretch through that right side now. Okay, taking those hands back to center, come back up into your table and let's go on the other side. So the left leg is going to come away from you, push through the heel. Keep those hips nice and level. I'm going to pause here. Taking the gaze between the hands, keep the neck nice and neutral. Draw under the tummy. Okay, squeeze that glute to lift through the left leg. Push through the heel. When you're ready, let's take that right arm away and alongside the ear. Okay, and this is where the challenge of coordination comes in. We can take circles with the foot, and then when you're ready, bring in the hand as well. Gosh, my coordination is not on point today. Okay, that core is having to work so hard to stabilize you. If it's too much, take the right hand down. See if you can continue with the challenge with just the foot. And then switch it up, take it in the opposite direction.
Oh no,
I don't think my foot works in that direction.
Can't do that on my left leg. That connection.
Okay, right hand is going to place down, left knee comes down. We're going to take the left knee out to the side. We're going to go for 10 as we open and close. Here we go. Let's lower down and lift for 1. Lower down, lift for 2. Lower down, lift for 3. Lower down, lift for 4. Lower down, lift for 5. Lower down and lift for 6. Lower down, lift for 7, lower down, lift for 8, lower down, lift for 9, last one, lower down and lift for 10. Super. Okay, from here, that left foot is going to bend at the knee, take the heel towards the ceiling. Okay, squeeze the glute. We're going to lift, we're going to hold and squeeze, and we're going to lower. All right, going 5, we've done 1. Here we go. Lift, squeeze, and lower for 2. Lift and squeeze, and lower for 3. Lift and squeeze. We lower for 4. Last one, lift and squeeze. We lower for 5. Knee comes down. Take the in fact, leave the feet where they are. We're going to find our puppy pose. Walk those fingertips forward. Sink the chest down. Keep the bottom stacked over the knees. Take a moment here. Keep the neck relaxed. Forehead can meet the floor or a cushion, whatever you need. Maybe spider up the fingertips if you've got a little bit further to go. Okay, now thread that left arm underneath the right. Walk the fingertips of the right hand forward. Really stretch through that right shoulder. Keep pushing down into the fingertips so that the bottom doesn't move past the knees or the bottom stacked over the knee. Okay, let's come undone. Push down through the right hand. Left hand comes out. Right hand threads underneath the left, resting on top of the right shoulder. Walk the fingertips of the left hand forward. Push back into the fingertips. Remembering to breathe. Okay, left hand pushes down. Come back into your table. All right, here we go. Downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, engage the core, and hover the knees. Okay, just playing around with the weight. Take the weight forward, coming back just a little bit. Just playing around with your center of gravity, noticing how it's going to affect your core. Doing as little or as much as you would like. Okay, pushing back into the heels now. Take a nice deep bend into the knees. Sit back onto those heels. Feel the stretch through the underside of the foot or feet. Feel the Achilles having a bit of a stretch. Stretch through the shoulders. Okay, from here, start to extend those sit bones up towards the ceiling.
And then walk those heels out, listening to the cracks and the clunks. Okay, when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in your down dog. Right leg's going to lift. Keep the hips level to start with. Draw that left heel down towards the mat. Push the hands into the mat. Stack hips. Bend through the back knee and bring that foot into the right foot into the bottom. Push the hips forward. Find the quad stretch. Find the groin stretch. Right knee is going to come towards right elbow. Left elbow, right elbow. Find your three-legged dog. Okay, let's go for two more. Right knee, right elbow, left, right, three-legged dog. Last one. Right knee, right elbow, left, right. Take the right foot through the hands. Drop the back knee and untuck the toes. We're going to take the hands nice and high. Roll those pinky fingers in towards one another. Sink those shoulders back and down. Take the inhale, lift and lengthen. On the exhale, see if you can draw a line to the back of the room with your nose, with your chin, whatever you're using as a bit of a guideline. Think about the hips moving forward and down. Okay, coming right back. Take hold of your block. We're going to take the weight back over that left knee. Turn the toes on the right side up towards the ceiling. Thinking here about moving the belly out of the way, drawing the right hip in towards, in line with the left. Take the inhale, lift and lengthen. As we exhale, fold down over that right leg. Using the block for some support. If you don't need it, that's fine. Take your hands to your hips, drawing that right hip in all the time. Okay, take the right foot flat. We don't need our block, we can move it to the other side. Hands come down, let's move the right foot out so the right hand comes inside the foot this time. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. Start to move over the ball of that left foot so you can really feel into that hip space. If it doesn't feel good for you, then stay static, that's fine. If it feels good to move, then do. Okay, depending on the space that you have here, okay? So if you are happy to, we can take the back knee down and untuck the toes, and then either stay up on your hands or come down towards your forearms. If that is comfortable for you, perfect. If it is not, use a block to bring the floor up to you. Sometimes we're stuck between one and the other option, so find the one that's going to work for you. Thinking about moving those hips forward and down, just allowing that hip space to begin to open up. Okay, we're going to take the hands down to the mat, tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. From here, we're going to take that right foot back to join the left, find a down dog, walk those heels out, wiggle through the bottom, allow some movement through the lower back, keep the neck nice and relaxed. And then when you're ready, find your down dog. Push the hands down into the mat. Look at the elbow creases looking at one another. Wrap the triceps round. Draw the chest towards the thighs. Think about the sit bones looking towards the ceiling. Okay, left leg comes high this time. Draw the left hip in line with the right. Now let's open, stack the hips left on right. Bend through the back knee. Bring the left foot towards the bottom. Begin to squeeze the glutes to push the hips forward. Find the quad stretch and find that groin stretch. Keep breathing. Okay, let's do a little bit of ab work. That left knee is going to come high above the left elbow, right elbow, left elbow, three-legged dog. Two more of those. Here we go. left knee, left elbow, right. How high can you get it? Left elbow and back. One more. Left knee, left elbow, right and left. From here, that left foot is going to come through the hands. Drop down to the back knee and untuck the toes. Move your block to the left side because you're going to want that. Okay. From here, coming up into a low lunge, knee stacked over ankle. Take the arms high, rolling the pinky fingers to one another. Allow the shoulders to come down the back and away from the ears. Take the inhale, lift and lengthen through the crown of the head, and then begin to trace a little line towards the back of the room. Breathing here. Okay, hands are going to come down. Take hold of your block, shift your weight over that right knee, turn the toes on the left side up towards the ceiling. Belly comes in, find length as you inhale, and then exhale, fold over that left leg until you feel the stretch. So if that is here, then that's perfect. Hands can come to the hips, just draw that left hip in towards the body, thinking about where that hip is trying to escape to make it all just a little bit easier for you. We won't cheat here, no chance. Take another inhale. See if you can find space through the spine. Imagine chin coming towards big toe. And then from here, I'm going to get rid of that block. Take the left foot down, bend through that knee. And then taking the hands down, just tuck the toes on the right side and lift through the back knee. Use this opportunity just to roll over the ball of the foot on that right side, so you can really move into that hip space. Taking your time to move however feels good for you. Okay, from here, let's take the back knee down and untuck the toes. We're going to move that left foot to the outside of the left hand. And now options here, either staying up on the hand, see if you can keep a nice long spine, or if you've got space for it, you can come down onto your forearms, just making a little bit more of an intense stretch through the hips. Or if you're at a halfway house, bring the block so that you can bring the floor up to you. Maybe one side feels different to the other. We would expect it to. We expect our body to adapt and to adjust. So it's only fair. We carry some slight imbalances. Okay. From here, take the hands down. We're going to tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. We're going to take that left foot back to join the right and find yourself in plank. Push back with the heels, lift up with the kneecaps. See if we can squeeze the glutes. Okay, here we go. Let's take an inhale, move the body weight forward and elbows bend, lower down. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of work here. Take the hands to diagonals on your mat. We're going to spider up those fingertips. As we take an inhale, we're going to just gently lift through the chest, squeeze the glutes, and then begin to lift the feet if you would like to bring them in as well. So that's on our inhale. On the exhale, lower down, relax through the hands, through the arms, through the feet. Take an inhale, lifting the chest ever so slightly, squeeze the glutes, draw the core through. So imagine that you are drawing navel to spine and then you are really bringing it through towards your chest. Exhale, lower. Let's go for 3 more. Here we go. Take the inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, squeeze and lift. And lower. And last one here. Inhale, squeeze and lift. and then lower. Okay, that right arm is going to extend away from you, okay? We're then going to roll over that right shoulder. Take the left foot and place it down, and we want to just use that left hand as a little bit of support. Keep the head nice and relaxed. Just rolling ever so slightly back onto that right shoulder. So we want to feel an openness here, but we don't want to be feeling any discomfort. So the left hand is our support. Okay, bringing that left knee down, rolling back over, and then switching out. Left arm comes long. Begin to roll over that left shoulder. Take the right foot down now behind that left leg, and use that right hand as a support so that you can really manage how that feels. Okay, last breath here. Bring that right foot or right knee down. Bring the body over. Okay, we're going to push back into a child's pose. So come back up onto the knees and then bring the bottom onto the heels. Take the forehead down, take the hands behind you. Allow the palms to come up, allow the shoulders to melt down. Steady the breath here. Okay, nice and slowly begin to unwind yourself coming up to a seated. And we're just going to move the legs out of the way and come to sit on our bottoms. Just going to finish off laying down. So lay out the full length of your mat. Okay, I really like to move into the hips at this end point. I think it's a really nice way to close a class. So we take that right leg long. We're going to bring the left knee in towards us. Interlace those fingers below the knee. Then just come around the ribs and draw that knee in towards the shoulders. Keep the shoulders back and down. Find the openness through the chest. Start to push through both heels. And then draw the right knee across the body this time. And then extend the left fingertips away from you. Come into a twist. Maybe the gaze is over the left fingertips if that's not too much. And then making your way all the way back down. Just bring that right foot flat. So bend at the knees so the knees are pointed towards the ceiling. Just finding a reclined pigeon here. Cross that left ankle over the top of the right knee. Draw that right knee in towards you. Options here to just interlace those fingers underneath that right thigh, just to get a really deep opening through the glute or through the hips and then stretching into the glutes. Pushing through both heels. And again, keeping the shoulders back and down, just keeping that neck relaxed and keeping the chest nice and open. I think all too often our shoulders start to creep up towards the ears. Just having that contact point with the mat is a really nice way to check in with ourselves. Okay, releasing off, let's switch it up. From here, we're going to take the left leg long, bring the right knee in towards your shoulder, just skipping past the ribs, interlacing those fingers just below the knees, and then pushing through the heel. Spending a moment here. Okay, releasing off, left hand to the outside of the right knee, drawing the knee across the body, and then the right hands can just wander away from you, gazing over the right fingertips if it's comfortable.
And then carefully resetting yourself. Going to bend at the left knee, keep the foot down, knee towards the ceiling. Just take that right ankle, put it over the left knee. Finding your reclined pigeon, just draw that left knee in towards you. Using that right elbow as a bit of leverage against the inner thigh. Shoulders back and down, find that contact with the mat to remind you. Push through the heels. Okay, from here, let's release that left leg, lower down. Take the right foot flat, both knees point to the ceiling. Take the arms away from you as cactus arms. And then just take the knees down to the right side. And then down to the left. And then back. And then back to the left. Keep those knees, bring those knees up towards the ceiling or pointing towards the ceiling, and then just draw them in towards you. Give yourself a hug together. Making any adjustments that you feel that you might need to. Always think lower circle on the lower back will always feel good. And then when you're ready, you can rock and roll on the spine. And then make your way back up to a seated position. And you are